Hello beautiful people, we're going to start off this flow by once again shaking around any stagnant energy in the body. This can look any sort of way, it is unique to all of us. Sometimes I shake my neck and my head, my arms, my legs. Right now I'm going to shake my arms back and forth, across the body while keeping my feet planted firmly on the ground, moving from my center, aka my core. Moving around any tightness in our side body and waking up the spine through this movement. Just make sure to breathe while you're doing it and follow your breath. Now you can begin to move your neck around in circles, breathing into any tightness you feel and changing direction whenever you feel ready. I really just want to reiterate how important it is to listen to your body. You may use me as a guide, but don't just follow along with what I'm doing if it doesn't align with what you feel like you need to do in this moment. Always take your time and move how your body is telling you to move. Now that the neck is more loosened up, I invite you to just shake around your whole body. Remembering not to take this experience too seriously, or anything for that matter. When you feel ready, you can make your way to the front of the mat. Inhale, raising the arms up high. Exhale, hands at heart center, while creating the sensation of sucking your belly button into your spine with every exhale. We're going to do that a few more times, following the breath. We are waking up our core here, so we can move from there for the rest of our practice, which is very, very, very important. You always want to move from your center. This is your powerhouse. This time for the last one, we are going to inhale, raise the arms up high while giving ourselves a slight back bend, and exhale, forward fold all the way down. Keeping a slight bend in the knees to take care of our lower back body. Inhale, flat back position, straighten that back. Exhale, forward fold again. Feel free to take some time here to shake out the head and the neck, maybe the back. Just remember to keep a slight bend in the knees and follow the breath. We're loosening up the spine and any tightness we may feel in there. When you feel ready, we're going to inhale, keeping the knees slightly bent, coming all the way up to a standing position. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, bring the arms up for a slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Once again, feel free to shake anything around here that you feel called to. Inhale to a flat back position. And exhale, plant your hands on the ground and you can step or hop back into a high plank. Inhale here and then exhale, put your butt to one side with a slight bend in the elbows. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, do the same thing on the other side, following the breath, moving from the core. We're going to do that one more time on each side. This is one of my favorite movements to do because not only are we strengthening the core, but we're also getting a really good back stretch here. We'll meet back in a high plank. Inhale, pushing ourselves forward with the toes, and exhale, chaturanga down to upward facing dog. Breathe deeply into the back body here, getting an amazing spinal stretch. If you'd like to, you can inhale and exhale looking over one shoulder, getting a really good side back body stretch as well. And then doing that same thing, looking over the other shoulder. When you're ready, we're going to meet back in downward facing dog, keeping the knees bent during that transition to take care of our lower back. Take a few deep, big belly breaths here, inhales and exhales, while pedaling the feet out if you'd like. When you feel ready, you can lower your knees down on the mat into tabletop position. I like to keep my knees wide here because I feel like it gives me a better stretch in my hips and my groin. But we're going to do some cat and cow positions, which is just inhaling, arching the back, looking upwards so the belly's down towards the ground, and then exhaling, sucking that navel into the spine, looking downwards. I like to move intuitively in this position and make circles with my hips and my body, but whatever that looks like to you, just remember to have your movements following the breath. Taking deep inhales and long exhales here, sinking into this body, sinking into these movements, sinking into this present moment. When you're ready, we're going to bend from the knees, peeling those legs up so we're in downward facing dog. Big inhale, lifting that left leg up high. We're going to take a couple deep breaths here. Then on an exhale, we're going to swing that leg through, moving from our core, touching our knee to our nose. Inhale, swing that leg back up, and we're going to do that 2 more times, following the breath. On this last knee to nose touch, we're going to plant that left foot on the ground and inhale, coming upwards and opening ourselves out into warrior 2. So in this position, you want to pivot on the back foot, creating equal pressure going into the front foot and the back foot. Also make sure you're not leaning too far forwards here, but staying strong in your center, imagining like a fine line going up your spine. Inhale, reaching that front arm forward, up, and back. Exhale, sucking the belly button into the spine, staying strong and centered on our mat from our core. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, peel the back arm now up towards the sky. Do these movements a couple of more times while following the breath. Use them as an opportunity to tap into the core and move from there. And my little furry fluff baby decided to show up. On this next movement from warrior 2 position, we're going to slightly straighten that front leg and inhale, looking upwards, staying strong in our core. This can be a really great core workout. Taking big inhales and exhales here. Now one last time, we're going to inhale, center position, and exhale, bringing that front arm up and back. Inhale to the center position again, and exhale, cartwheel the arms down, planting that right hand on the ground, and peeling that left arm upwards towards the sky. Keeping that back leg straight, take a deep inhale and a long exhale here. Bringing that hand back down to the mat, inhale, raise that front leg up high to the sky, and then we're going to chaturanga down into upward facing dog. Feel free to drop the legs to the ground here and move the neck around, breathing and creating space within the neck and the back. You can stay here and keep doing those movements if you'd like, or you can go into a tabletop position, maybe making some swirlies with the hips like me, or just doing regular cat and cow movements. Just creating more space within the spine and listening from within. Whenever you feel ready, we're going to fan the legs out wide on the mat, elongating the arms and meet in child's pose. Taking a few moments to breathe deeply into the body here. Inhaling, imagining air filling up our entire back, and exhaling, releasing it all into the earth. When you're ready, you can inhale, coming back into tabletop position, and then we're going to meet in downward facing dog. Working on the other side of our body now. We are going to inhale, bringing that right leg up high to the sky, and then exhale, moving from our core, knee to nose. Inhale, bringing the leg up, exhale, knee to nose. We're going to do that a couple more times. On this last one, we're going to swing that front leg all the way through, planting the right foot on the ground. Inhale, raise those arms up high, and exhale, opening up, pivoting on the back foot into Warrior Two stance. Inhale, bring that front arm forward, up and back. And exhale, just letting ourselves sink into this position. Keep doing these two movements while following the breath. Feel that power radiating from your core, creating a lot of energy within this space. When you feel ready to, you can straighten that front leg, but keeping it slightly bent. This is very important to keep your back safe. Inhale and exhale from your core into this position. You can even start to create small pulse movements if you'd like, getting more of a core workout here. Inhale, bending that front leg and bringing the front arm up to the sky, getting the opposite stretching. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down, planting that left palm on the mat and bringing the right arm up high. Planting that palm back on the mat, we're going to inhale, bringing that front leg up high to the sky and chaturanga down into upward facing dog. Deep inhales and long exhales here. You could meet me in tabletop position if you'd like. I'm going to do some cat and cow movements, moving organically, just listening from within. Our bodies already know how they want to be moved. We don't have to try too hard here. All we have to do is listen. Now I'm going to make my way to the middle of the mat in a sitting position. Inhale, come into a laying down position while keeping the legs and arms elevated. Exhale, meeting in the middle, bringing the knees to the nose. Breathe deeply here and practice tapping into this awareness that you can have of creating space and expansion in a position that seems to be tight. Inhale, coming back out into that straight elevated position. Exhale, coming back in. We're going to do that one more time. Exhale, lay your back, neck, and head on the ground, and keeping the legs as straight as you can. We're going to make circular movements with the legs now. Breathe deeply here and switch directions. Now we're going to bend at the knees, pulling the legs over to the left side of the body while bringing our right arm out wide and looking over the right shoulder, getting a good side body stretch here. Inhale and exhale to the opposite side, so now we're on the right side of the body looking over the left shoulder. Do that again, but a little bit faster, a couple more times, following the breath. Inhale, bring your legs back to the center position, and then on the exhale, we're going to do some rolling on our back up into a seated position. Not only is this fun, but we're also massaging our back and bringing awareness into the core. Make your way into a sitting position at the top of the mat. Inhale, bringing the arms up high. Exhale, turning to the right side of the body. Inhale, bring those arms up high, and exhale, turn to the left side of your body now. Breathing deeply here, maybe creating awareness and tapping into any changes we may feel in each different side. When you're ready, inhale, bring the arms up high. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. We're going to meet in downward facing dog from here. When you get in downward facing dog, I invite you to breathe deeply here and just begin to move intuitively, which is just listening to the body, what it wants and how it wants to move. Not forcing anything, but just flowing along with it, finding that natural rhythm. When you're ready, we're going to meet in a high plank. Lean forward from pushing on the toes, bending at the elbows, chaturanga down into upward facing dog. Inhale and exhale, looking over each shoulder, breathing deeply into any tightness you may feel in the side body here, creating expansion through awareness. Meet back in downward facing dog. Plant that right foot firmly on the mat. Inhale, lifting the left leg up high. Exhaling, bringing the knee to our nose. Do that a couple more times. On this last one, we're going to swing that left leg all the way through, planting our foot on the ground, and then we're going to pivot it to the side, so now we're facing the side of our mat. Breathe deeply here, and while following the breath and keeping awareness in our core, we're going to move from side to side, slowly making our way into a standing position with our legs out wide. Once you make it into a standing position, you can inhale, reach the arms up high, maybe have a slight back bend, and exhale, squat down, hands at heart center. Inhale and exhale, just getting comfortable in this position, sucking the navel into the spine on every exhale, staying strong in the core. While maintaining your squat position, you can start to make small pulsing movements going up and down and following the breath. Like that. Inhale, bring the arms up high and straighten the legs. Exhale, forward fold down, bending at the hips. You can keep a slight bend in the legs here to make sure you're not hurting your back at all. You can start swinging back and forth if you feel called to. Deep inhales and long exhales here. Making it back to center, plant the left hand in the middle of your yoga mat, bringing that right arm up high and looking upwards past the fingertips, inhaling and exhaling very deeply here. Switch hands and do the same thing on the other side, breathing in and out. Now bending at the knees, you can slowly make your way up into a standing position. Keeping the legs out wide, we're going to inhale with our arms up and exhale coming back into that squat. Breathe deeply here. Inhaling, maybe standing all the way up, and exhaling, coming back down into the squat. Inhale, coming back up to a standing position with a slight back bend. Exhale, coming back into that squat. Remember, breathing deeply and staying strong in the core here. Inhale, make your way back into a standing position, keeping the legs out wide. We're going to start doing small circles with the hips. Begin to consciously send your breath into your groin area, into your hip area. This is how we awaken stagnant energy that's been locked in the pelvis, that's been locked in the spine. This is how we create spaciousness here. Now coming back to center, inhale, arms up high, exhale, come back down into that squat. This time we're going to put our hands on each knee and look over one shoulder, getting a slight twist in our back that is amazing for your spine. Just remember to take really big inhales and exhales deep into the back here. Come back to center and do the same thing on the other side. Now coming back into a standing position, we're going to pivot on that left foot so it's in the back and we're facing the other side of our mat. Drop that left knee down and inhale, bring the arms up high. Exhale, slight back bend, opening up the chest, opening up the heart. Inhale, arms back up to the sky. Exhale, hands at heart center. Remember, staying strong in the core here, not just letting everything go, but staying tight, keeping that awareness with every exhale of our belly button going into our spine. Breathe here. On your next inhale, straighten that front leg, and exhale, we're going to forward fold over that front leg while keeping it slightly bent. Breathe deeply here, maybe shake your head and your neck around. Maybe your back. You can do some movements. Just follow the breath. I like to do these back and forth movements while following the breath, but you can do whatever feels best for you right now. When you're ready, make your way back into a front lunge, and then come to the top of your mat, standing up straight. Inhale, arms up high with a slight back bend. Exhale, hands at heart center. Do that a couple more times. On this last exhale, you can follow the hands all the way down into a forward fold, slight bend in the knees. Shake the head out, the neck out a little bit. Inhale to a flat back position. Exhale, bring the right leg back this time, bringing that right knee all the way down to the mat. Inhale, bring your arms up high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Remember to stay strong in the core. We're not just letting go like this, but rather sucking that belly button into the spine, staying upright and straight, remembering that the awareness of having this power in the core is what creates that power from the core. Big inhales and exhales here. You can get your arms involved too if you'd like. Now inhale, bring the arms up high, and on this exhale, we're going to open them out wide, opening our heart, opening our chest. Inhale, straightening that front leg, and exhale, folding over it while keeping it slightly bent. Breathe deeply here and shake the head and neck out if you'd like. We're going to inhale into a flat back position, straightening that front leg, and then we're going to exhale, slight bend in the knees, folding back over it. You can do some back and forwards movements here while following the breath, if that feels good to you. Coming back up, inhale, bring that back foot forward so it's meeting the other foot. And exhale, you can hang loose here in a forward fold. Inhale to a flat back position, straightening those legs. And exhale, you can hop or step back into a high plank. Big inhale, and on an exhale, moving from the core, putting your butt to one side with a slight bend in the elbows. Do that again on each side. Come back to center, putting the knees on the mat. We're going to do some cat and cow movements. You can move intuitively here, just following the breath, getting a nice spinal massage. Meet in child's pose, and take some big deep breaths here, filling the back with oxygen and then letting it all go. You can pause the video if you'd like and stay here for longer, but when you feel ready, we're going to meet in just laying on our backs on the mat. When you get here, let the left leg lay down on the mat and pull the right knee in close to the body. Feel free to do some slow and subtle movements here, just breathing into and opening up that hip. Now raise that right leg up high and cross it over so it's hanging on the left side of your body. Your leg should be going towards the left, and your right arm and your right shoulder should be going towards the right. This stretch is magical for the spine, so make sure you're breathing very deeply here. When you feel ready, you can bring that leg back into center, and now we're going to switch and do the other side. Pulling that left knee into our body, making small movements, opening up that hip. And then draping that leg over the right side of our body, while letting the left arm hang to the side and looking over that left shoulder. Remember, big, deep belly breaths. When you're ready, you can bring that right leg up to meet the left, and now we're going to keep the legs together while still moving them from side to side on our body. When you're ready, bring your legs back to center, and with your 2 fingers, your pointer finger and your middle finger, grab your 2 big toes and open your legs up wide. This is known as happy baby pose, and I'm sure you can see and feel why. Feel free to make some subtle or big movements here, going from side to side, giving your pelvis a massage, giving your back a massage with the ground. Or just stay still, whatever feels right for you. Now I invite you to just get in a comfortable position, laying flat on the earth with your back against the ground. Now just become slowly aware of your breath. Those big inhales deep into the belly and the long exhales seeping out of you. Don't force your breath, but rather just bring awareness to it, almost as if you're following it, because no matter what, you're going to breathe anyways. We're going to be here for about 5 minutes, so just give yourself the time, space, and presence to just sink into your body, sink into your breath, and let the rest go. If you'd like to stay here longer, you are completely free to do that. You can pause the video and stay here for as long as you would like. But if you do feel ready to move again, slowly bring your awareness into your feet and hands. You can begin to move your toes, wiggle your fingertips. Maybe flutter your eyes open. Start to move your whole foot around, your hands, your arms, your whole body. For the next minute or two, just move your body around however you feel called to. Remember to just follow your breath and move from there. And if you don't really know what to do, just watch the video, look up at me for a little bit of guidance or inspiration, or you can follow exactly what I'm doing. It's completely up to you, but as long as you remember to just follow your breath and be aware of your breath in each movement that you make, it really doesn't matter what you're doing. It's going to be healing no matter what then. Now wherever you are, let's meet in a seated position. You can sit cross-legged on your mat if you'd like. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Lay one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and just inhale, feeling grateful. Tap into that easy perspective of being grateful for this body, grateful for this breath, grateful that you gave yourself time to just be present with yourself, and grateful for the healing that is taking place because of that. On that note of being grateful, you can start to lovingly touch your body, giving yourself the love that you need, the love that you crave. It's all within you already. Let yourself be absorbed by it. Thank you guys infinitely for being here with me. for letting me guide you through this movement medicine. I can't express enough how grateful I am to be doing this. And I want to be able to help you guys as best as possible. So let me know in the comments below if there's anything else that you would like to see, anything specific, any sort of movements or yoga flows. You can also subscribe if you liked it, because there's going to be a whole lot more where that came from, of all different kinds. Sending love to all of you beautiful people. Thank you for existing.